Hello, welcome to Sports Tonight. We're reaching you live from Channels TV Sports Center in Lagos, Nigeria. It's good to have you join us once again to talk sports. I'm Austin Okonakwan. Baraka de Salah to our Muslim viewers all over the world. We're praying that the joy of the season will stay with us as we have fun talking sports tonight on the show. Wherever you are in the world watching us, welcome once again. On the show tonight, we'll find out what's going on with football in Nigeria. Yes, FIFA, we will not ban Nigeria. Just when we thought that everything was just going to go south, the federal government intervened, wrote to FIFA, talked to FIFA, and so they've said Amadou Pinnick and his board are in charge. And so Nigeria is safe from that FIFA ban. But we're also getting statements from the ministry that is not making it look like all is well totally. We'll talk about football in Nigeria on the show tonight. Also on the show, we'll play polo. Yes, it's an elite sport, but there's so much love in talking about polo, and we'll talk about it tonight on the show. We'll go to London to find out what's going on right there at the inaugural edition of the Afrique Polo Championship. Also on the show tonight, we'll take a look at what's going on at the FIFA Under-20 Women's World Cup. Sunshine Stars, they are on the news once again. What happened, remember, about 4 months ago, Sunshine Stars told Coach Duke Udi to step aside. A lot of things were going wrong at the time, and so the coach was told to step aside. But also, at the start of the new season, Sunshine Stars got into the news for the wrong reasons, and they were told they cannot sign new players, and were forced to play with just 11 at some point for failing to meet financial obligation. The league management company came hard on them at the time. We will review that case with Coach Duke Udi on the show tonight. What's going on? Because the then commissioner, he's still the commissioner for youth and sports in Ondo State. I'm talking about Yusuf Ogunileye. He says it's a family affair and everything will go well. We're just going to touch base with that matter once again to find out what's going on with Duke Udi and Sunshine Stars. On the show tonight, Arsene Wenger has been given a top honor in Liberia for the good things he did to George Weah and his footballing career. We will talk about it on the show tonight. And also, David Beckham set to receive UEFA President's Award. There's a lot of discussions on the show tonight, and I know our followers, ever vibrant sports followers in Nigeria and from different parts of the world are ready to do this with us. So let's get a conversation going. You can talk to us on Twitter, channels_sports, Facebook, channels IFU Sports. You can also send us an email to sportstonight@channelstv.com. Let's keep that conversation going. All of the talks. Does it now mean that the storm is over with the crisis with football in Nigeria? Is there light at the end of the tunnel now? Is everybody fine? No more war? We're all brothers. Football will move forward. Is that what it means now that FIFA didn't ban us? Is the Ministry for Youth and Sports and the NFF, are they now ready to work together? Is our football ready to move forward? Coach Ghana Raw will be releasing preparations timetable for the AFCON qualifier. Are we set? You watching me right now saying I don't think all is well totally, but we love the fact that Nigeria wasn't banned, and that's the discussion I want us to continue on the show tonight. Use the hashtag football in Nigeria. I want you to talk to us. Twitter, channels_sports, Facebook, channels IFU Sports. Doesn't end there. All our top stories can be viewed on our website. It's channelstv.com and on YouTube /channelsweb. If you log on to channelstv.com, you should be able to download the Channels TV app for any of those devices you see right there on your screen. Let's keep the conversation going with everything that is going down in our world of sports. There's also the English Premier League. I see you guys are still keeping the conversation despite everything that happened in the weekend. Arsenal fans still waiting for their first win after Arsene Wenger. The team looks decent, but they are not just winning. And some Gunners fans are actually pissed off that after coming back in that match against Chelsea, how did the Gunners lose it? Hey, it's football. Something's just happened and you cannot explain it. But let's keep that conversation also going. We'll talk about it big time on the show. Let's welcome Cosmos Chukwuemeka is with us in the studio. Cosmos, it's good to have you on Sports Tonight.
Well, it's good to be here, and of course, Baraka de Salah to Muslim friends all over the world watching us right now. And of course, we pray that the season would, bring joy and gladness to every one of us. And it's good to be here. So much to talk about. Of course, it's a good relief that last week we were talking about the FIFA letter, the warning to Ghana and of course to Nigeria. The next day Ghana swung into action, and there are processes of withdrawing the liquidation case of the Ghana Football Association. But then Nigeria were hearing several things and all that. And yesterday, even till about 11:30, it was still gloom, for Nigeria, until that tweet by the special advisor to the vice president saying that the federal government have decided that Amaju Pinnick is the rightful president of the Nigeria Football Federation. So it's a good thing they did not ban Nigeria. And of course, there's a letter as well. But then, it is not yet over. There are still several gray areas. Now, how do we resolve the gray areas is a billion-dollar question for me. And I think it's some of the things we're going to be talking about right here.
We'll talk about it on the show tonight. It's hashtag football in Nigeria. But let's go to London. Hey, it's a sports show. Fasten your seatbelt. Let's play some polo, where the inaugural edition of the Afrique Polo Championship has been concluded at the Ham Polo Club in Richmond, in the United Kingdom. And it's polo, fast cars, beautiful cars, creme de la creme. And the African Society, they came out. The Polo Championships, it brought together the finest international players from across the globe to battle it out for the title of the best of Africa. Afrique Polo Champion was put together by Afrique's founder, Alexander Amosun. Each year, the event will strive to showcase the different up-and-coming teams from the region, championing the rapidly growing sport in Africa and providing a platform for young and emerging champions, young and emerging African talents to compete. This year's event was done to raise money for the Nelson Mandela Foundation. Awesome, beautiful. They did it for the love of Madiba and everything they did for sport. Polo, when you talk about polo, the big guys come out there and play with some style and elegance. Let's go get some talking points from the first edition of the Afrique Polo Championships in London.
By the rest of the team, Adwadi comes around the corner very nice indeed, looks to bring this one forward. Hampson's there to pick it up though. Oscar Mancini onto the near side he goes. Look at that swing like a hammer as he delivers the pass. Reading it well though is Ngomu able to turn this ball. He's got Howard Davis waiting up for him. Howard has to allow the man to play there as he comes across in front of him. Now Ngomu tapping the ball. Ventura positions himself. Ventura looks to pick that one up, but it's going to attract a whistle. You could see
I went to a few polo events throughout last year, and I felt that it would be amazing to have a celebration of African polo players from different parts of Africa coming to the UK, and for us to have an African Polo Day. And I wanted to put something together that would not only shine the spotlight on African players who are playing here, but also the different polo clubs in different parts of Africa. And also, more importantly, celebrate the Nelson Mandela Foundation by giving back to an African charity. And that was the key moment. It took absolutely 1 year in total from having the idea, getting a team together. I had to fly some professionals in. But it's been an amazing experience, learning, finding the right clubs, getting the horses, the players. It's been amazing, actually, experience. And I can't wait for next year.
Well, that's right. That's beautiful. Mr. Emerson cannot wait for next year to do it again. But hey, can we start looking at ways it can also come back, come to Africa? Let's celebrate the great Madiba right here on African Soul Cosmos. It's a good one. Polo is big, and there's a time when we talk about golf, we say, it cannot be played in Africa. But golf is doing so well. We can also do well with polo.
Yeah, funny enough, polo is one of the earliest sports. I'm talking about, I think, cricket and sometimes later football that became prominent in the British West Africa, especially in Nigeria. I mean, polo is played most especially then in the north. I remember a book I read where the then premier of the northern region, of course, Alhaji Tafawa, I've forgotten his name now, but at that time played polo at the time, and of course it's one of the big sports then. And it's a good thing that polo right now is this competition was hosted and of course organized by a Nigerian, Alexander Amosun, and it's nice. I know one time when it used to be played in the northern Nigeria. I feel things like this should come back, especially these earlier sports, so that they can be able to engage people people, engage the youth. Is actually a very interesting sport as well. You watch it, it's the interest is in it is all about the rules of the game and everything that has to be with the game. And it's also a very interesting one. It can be big in Nigeria, and I feel that if these things keep happening, it will be very interesting. It's in London right now. Hopefully the organizers will bring it back to Nigeria. Good thing is that organizers are Nigerians anyway. Bring it back to Nigeria and see how we can engage the youth. And of course, it's for a cause, for the Mandela Foundation. There are causes here that we can actually do sports like that for.
Polo is big in Europe, it's big in South America, and it can also be big in Nigeria. As Cosmos mentioned, yes, played in the north. Kaduna plays very good polo. Abuja, even in Lagos, they play good polo. You start thinking about the infrastructure, how to take care of those horses. But look, the persons involved, they know that polo is for the rich guys, for the big guys. So when they get to do it, they'll do it well. So we'll continue to monitor everything that has to do with the Lux Afrique Polo Championships. The inaugural edition has been concluded in London. And you're listening to the organizers saying, look, it's for a good cause. We want to discover talents in polo and also support the Nelson Mandela Foundation. Come on, anything that is done for the great Madiba, we all should support it because he was a big fan of sports. Did all he could to develop sports in South Africa and Africa in general. Let's get on with the show now. What's going on with the D Tigress? We know that they're getting ready for the World Championships. We were expecting them in Lagos, but it seems that we will not be stopping in Lagos anymore. Nigeria Senior Women's National Team, the D Tigress, have shelved their proposed plans to arrive in Lagos for their final phase of camping ahead of the FIBA World Cup. And they say it's due to logistic reasons. MBBF, logistics reasons, they can't come back home. We look at them one more time, see our team, tell those ladies well done, give them a pat on their back, wish them well. Logistics problem, it's okay. The D Tigers who are currently in Atlanta, United States of America, were meant to arrive in Lagos tonight, but that won't happen again. The Nigeria Basketball Federation said the unavailability of suitable flight arrangements for the team was responsible for the change of plans. The current African champions will tip off their World Cup campaign against Australia on September the 22nd at the Santiago Martin Arena in Spain. Because I was thinking we'll get to see them train here, ask one or two questions, but the MBBF has said it's due to logistic problems. They couldn't get flights for them to come back home and prepare for the last phase. But it's okay, we wish them well, but we're just hoping that
So what it means is that they won't come back to Nigeria, and it's really sad. I mean, we wanted to see them, we wanted to see how the outlook of the team. Of course, we've heard a whole lot of controversies about the team. We wanted to find out, of course, with our eyes, if these controversies, especially with the SY captain of the team, Aisha Mohammed, and the other lady that was actually dropped from the team, if it would not affect the team badly. And of course, the change of coach as well. We wanted to see how it's going to affect the team. I wanted to see if the team will actually grow past this. But it's a good thing that they are where they have the best of facilities. They can be able to play more friendly matches. I think they lost pretty much all of their friendly matches, which is good because they can be able to try as much as possible to do well. And they have about 3 weeks to their first game in Spain. So we just wish them well. We wish them well, and we hope that the MBBF and of course the Ministry of Sport as well do enough to make sure that these ladies do well, especially when it comes to basketball. We do not want to go for competitions and just make up the numbers. We want to make sure that we try as much as possible to make an impact, and that is the essence of being in a competition, not just to make up the numbers.
That will impress. That Nigeria goes to Spain and tell the world that we are world champions in women's basketball in Africa. And we can do the same for the world. So if it's all about management. We know the story with the leadership of basketball in Nigeria. We just hope that it's not affected anything as regards the latest preparations for the World Cup. But we're just hoping that the players, the team, give the country a good representation. If you can win in Africa, you can conquer the world. Let's go on this quick break. When we come back, we'll play rugby. It's pretty tough, so get ready. Don't go anywhere. Stay.